We're going to figure out what kind of train wreck this is going to be.
I'm so turned on right
wow.
now.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus. He gets one Diet Coke in him.
Little RC Cola.
Oh, you found RC?
No.
Okay.
I'm like, damn. Little RC and a moon pie?
Yeah, right?
I had a fucking moon pie.
You're living your best life in 1956.
We got fucking moon pies in fucking in New England, buddy. I got one shipped
Like I said,
to me.
1956.
Yeah.
Fucking
Nice.
moon pies.
I've actually there is a regular at my bar who like works for some snack company. He brings in moon pies for us.
See?
He had like boxes of moon pies, and he was like, "Do you want these?" And I was like, "I guess."
That's weird.
I
Yeah,
wanna
you're
roll
weird.
around
You're weird.
naked
you're weird.
in them. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
fucking great. Bring them to the shop.
All right,
Why don't you bring them to the show next time?
all right. I'll bring some.
I'll fucking eat a moon pie right in front of you.
I've eaten a moon pie. Yeah,
Okay, they're fucking good.
they're
They're not.
they're not.
No,
they're
they're good.
they're marshmallowy
they're good.
oatmeal cookies.
No, they're not.
Oatmeal cream pies are far superior to the moon pie.
Really?
Moon pie's a moon pie.
Okay. All right. Hey, I'm not.
Anyways.
It's a thing apparently. I don't want to get into a fight with Big Jim. Moon pies are great.
Welcome to the Warhammered podcast.
Where we talk about beer and gaming, except for fucking moon
Moon
pies.
pies. Moon
Yeah,
pies. and
apparently, we've been able to have okay debates about everything except for fucking moon pies. Apparently, that's just
RC. That's where the
that's
line
just where
is.
violence happens.
That is like.
Don't fuck with my childhood.
Yeah, that's actually that has been a theme with Big Jim since the very beginning. It's
I
like,
have a
do
lot
not
of
fuck-
grievances today.
a lot of grievances going on.
Yeah,
But
it's-
anyways,
it's mid-year Festivus. for me.
It is.
Jim mostly got it. We talk about gaming stuff at a.
Wave top level.
There you go. And then we also talk about booze.
Yeah.
And
Boozy booze.
we've been branching out
I've
and doing
enjoyed-
other
I've
boozes
really
and stuff,
enjoyed
which
the
has
other
been
boozes.
fun. But so the wave top level on the gaming stuff, it's a lot of speculation. It's a lot of sort of homework, not really though.
It depends.
And then there's sometimes there's a subject that one of us is really passionate about, and so
Yeah.
we speak with confidence. We're totally full of shit, but we talk like we're doing it. But so the gaming and lore part is mostly made up as we go along. But there's one thing around here that we don't make up, and that's because we have one subject matter expert on the show. And what that has to do with is the one thing that is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. And that's beer, which is what the sultry sounds that you're about to hear being delivered from the one, the only Beer Jim right here on Jim's Beer Corner.
Wait, you get intro music and your save.
And my sound. I'm a double set. Don't worry about it.
That's
You need
terrifying.
to get something. You need to get something.
Oh, today I'm going on a rant on Call of Duty, so
Okay.
that's happening. So
Well, actually, so
this might be my last podcast. 'Cause I'm gonna motherfuck everybody.
we actually have something really, really fun that we're going to do today, and I think it's super, super fun, and I hopefully think my co-hosts think it's really fun. Unfortunately, a brewery that is near and dear to my heart is closing down.
Who we've talked about. This is
Yeah.
it's Anchor.
Anchor
that's-
Brewing Company in San
Yeah.
Francisco.
That's why you can't get this shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was able to procure a couple cases of Anchor Steam beer before the brewery shut down, and this is actually fresh. So
Really?
This isn't like this is like within code, within date. It's where it's supposed to be. And I make a steam beer very similar to Anchor Steam. They made this style first back in the 1800s. I make a style at second pitch very similar to this, and we're going to do a little compare and contrast.
It's like an
Try 'em out.
homage.
It's a homage. It's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
A homage.
a homage. Yeah, that's how you spell it. All right.
Yep.
It's different than a homogant.
All right, well, where are we starting? Are we starting with with hometown?
No, I think we just open them both up and we just drink next to
let's
them
do
and
it.
just
Yeah. So what we have is
Yeah, just I don't want to erase it.
So-
Especially it's your rear.
here at BattlePub, we have hometown lager on draft, and it's always on draft. It's a permanent fixture in our bar. And so we have a cup of draft hometown lager, and then obviously it's since Anchor no longer exists, getting draft Anchor is problematic.
impossible.
So we're gonna do cans, expertly poured by our friend Jim.
Yep.
So we're gonna do a little side by side here.
Yeah.
Now, first thing I'm noticing is color.
Yeah. So first thing is the Anchor Brewing Company, Anchor Steam, is significantly lighter in color. I would say it's more of a like a light amber, almost
It's
like
a honey color.
Yeah, it's like a rich honey color.
Like honey in the jar.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Like
that clarity,
resin
that
kind of, yeah.
color. Yeah.
And we did actually a side by side already at the brewery because I brought some in for Paige and a bunch of the people who work for me, and we did it already. So it's really the difference between the two styles is significant, and it's actually kind of fun. So
Cool. So these are both steam beers.
these are
as
both
far as
steam beers.
stylistic.
Yes.
Now, because you call
And
yours you advertise yours as a California common.
So the reason behind that is Anchor Steam, since they made the style, trademarked the term steam beer. So if you make a steam beer, it's called a steam beer, but you call it a California common, so you don't get sued by Anchor. Basically,
You don't have to worry about it anymore.
which we don't have to worry about anymore. People ask me that. They're like, "Are you gonna call it a steam beer now?" And I was like, "That's like dancing on a grave, man. I don't know. It's a little hardcore for me." So we're gonna do it.
Not really. You're just taking the mantle.
Anyway, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it right away.
You're just accepting that. No, you're just accepting the mantle. Like somebody's got to carry it on.
Right? Exactly. I have a direct lineage. This is fine. It's
Yeah.
mine.
All right.
So-
So I'm going to start with the Anchor.
Yeah. So right away, you're getting a lot more fruit notes on the thing.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good amber lager. You're getting a lot of fruit notes. You're getting like a little bit of like minty hop flavor because they use Northern Brewer hops, which have like a little bit more minty woodsy
There's
flavor.
also like a tart apple flavor.
Yeah, there is. There's a tart apple flavor, and that's from the yeast.
Yeah, like a green apple tartness.
Yes, exactly. That's
Yeah.
the kind of the flavor profile you're getting from that yeast that they use, which is the same as ours, but they ferment at a higher temperature, which expresses more esters and phenols than we do. So it was a stylistic choice for us to turn down the temperature during fermentation.
Okay.
Got to kill off those esters and fentanyls.
Phenols.
Oh.
Fentanyl's a completely different thing.
Yeah, fenol's different. Yeah, fenol.
I like
Yeah,
my
we-
beer to
we-
have as much fentanyl as possible.
Yeah,
That
we
would
only
have
have
killed all of us. Well, we just, and everybody in the store, too. Yeah.
And then our beer, much more roasty, much more of a deep caramel flavor to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yours
But
is a
very-
little bit more muted.
Yeah.
A little smoother.
Yeah, a little smoother.
Not that this is not smooth by any stretch of the imagination, but if one is going to be smoother than the other, this is definitely a smoother
Yeah, no,
beer.
you're 100% right. That has the Anchor Steam, like the beer. Anchor Steam has a lot more of like kind of a sharper edges to it, especially with the fermentation
it's
temperatures.
definitely more bitter.
Yeah,
The
more
Anchor
bitter.
Steam beer is far more of a bitter ale.
Exactly. And so, yeah, ours is more, much more in the caramel realm, much more of like a darker roast kind of flavors to it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think Hometown's better.
Thank you. Well,
Like-
I think it is too.
I mean,
Of the two, I would go with that
yeah,
one.
not the friendship in the way or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think
I think, even though they made the style and that was that, I'm like, things get better.
yeah. I mean, I think this is one of those like you saw the potential and yeah, you've told me the whole story about just kind of
Yeah.
where your connection and stuff is to it, and so you wanted to do kind of a hey, this is the style of where I'm from.
Yeah. But also, you have
But-
to make it your own.
But I also think you saw the potential of making it
Absolutely.
where the improvements needed to happen, and I think
No, thank you.
yeah, I think Hometown's
Yeah.
Well, it's very good.
a better beer.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, you guys got to try a beer that will be no longer available. This is probably one of the last little bit of it.
Well, after
One of
tasting it, I kind of understand.
Wow,
It's
you
good. It's not
son of
bad.
a
It's good.
bitch.
What?
You.
It's like guys that don't know how to find cover and get shot. And it's like, well,
It happens. No, what happened with this brewery is it got sold to Sapporo out about 5-10 years ago, and Sapporo just did it dirty. It's like just completely did it dirty, and it sucks.
I mean, you don't want to see that happen to like an old institution,
Yeah,
right? But at
exactly.
the same time, if they made a stronger beer,
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just one of those things you grow up on, you know? It's
yeah,
like,
100%.
It's like, Big Jim drinking RC Cola and moon pies.
Yeah.
Which is a southern thing. That's
Yeah.
just fucking weird that that's
they'll
part
get-
of your.
Moon pie shit up.
Yeah.
But RC and moon pies is that's a low country. Like
Yeah,
that's a southern fucking that's a southern thing.
That's
But
it.
but the Eastern Seaboard's weird
They're yeah.
because some of the most racist redneck motherfuckers I've ever met in my life were in the northern northern Eastern Seaboard, and it was just like, what side of the line am I on right now? Like, this is
Just like we're in deep Biden country. What the fuck?
fucking rowdy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
So.
yeah. So that's got to try a little bit of Anchor Steam, something you don't normally get out here and won't ever get again.
Yeah.
So,
Glad I had it. Can say I had it, and I appreciate you, sourcing it so we could. But
you're most welcome.
I'm not gonna lie.
Didn't knock your socks off.
No, and going up against the same style right next to it, this again. This is not me trying to be like,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to side with my buddy. Like,
Yeah,
I think
no.
you've made a better beer. Like, it's
I appreciate that. Yeah.
this is that whole like, the trick to good business is invent a better mousetrap, and
Yeah. Stand on the shoulder of giants, right?
Don't
Yeah.
sell out to the Japanese freaking
yeah, don't sell to the
Japanese.
I would
Japanese.
100% sell it to Japanese right now.
Yeah,
If they came at
yeah,
me.
I would too.
Done.
Straight up.
Done. Just
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody's listening, yes, of course. Here's the
Get
key.
some of that Japanese money.
Yeah, exactly. It spends the same.
I picked an industry where nobody does that. Nobody
Nobody
goes and
takes
buys
you
out
over?
game stores.
No,
yeah,
yeah, nobody buys out game stores. It's
It's
fine.
not going to happen.
Yeah, this is going to be your baby forever. You're going to be the last guy standing in Rolling Oaks.
Yeah, fucking. If it ever gets to the point where I've made enough to where it's like, well, I'm just doing it because I love it, I'll sell it. I'll just be like, yeah, I'm fucking here. You do it.
Yeah, no, this is great. It's a profitable business. Sell it.
It is profitable.
I know it is. You should be proud of that. It's great. Good for you.
So, anyways, what are you so mad about?
Yeah, what's up?
What happened,
What's
buddy?
up? Who hurt you?
So I spent a lot of time.
Because he's
When I'm
like
not-
vibrating.
yeah, he
It's
is like,
fucking
I like.
So
his-
here's the thing.
his
I'm gonna
whole
fucking
I'm trying to
go
talk
right-
about beer, and I'm just
So,
feeling this.
all
heat.
you listeners out there, if you play Call of Duty and you play
Okay,
DMZ,
which one? Because there's like
well, it's the new
19,000
one,
Call
the
of
current
Duties.
one,
which is, because this lives in
whatever the fucking
perpetuity
new
right
one
now.
is. It's the new one. Anyway, if you play Call of Duty and you play DMZ, and you're in some fucking bullshit clan, and you go around with you and your fucking little buddies murdering people for no goddamn reason, especially with the new truck with its goddamn grenade launcher on it that doesn't have a cooldown, I don't like you. And here's what I'm gonna do. If you want to do that shit, I want you to come down to Jazz's store and we're gonna fight. And bring your buddies, because my buddy from England, you're gonna fight him too. He's way worse than I am. And this is what we think. And if we beat you, you never get to play again.
Is this?
But this isn't going to be a fair fight. I may use a power tool on you. That's how pissed I am at some of you fucking people cheating on Call of Duty.
It's just like this. Like
I'm
you're
fucking pissed. Why do you cheat in a game? It's pixels.
This has a lot of like Thanksgiving dinners.
angry.
One uncle getting super
Fucking
angry,
angry.
and everyone's just staring at like,
know,
oh,
man, one thing I will
fuck.
agree with
I
you
have
on.
this beautifully large backpack. I have this 3-pate. I have this badass weapon.
Yeah.
Thousands of dollars. Might even have a gold skull or a GPU. God damn it if I have a cigar box in my stash. And you come along and I am minding my own business, man. I am just trying to get to the helicopter, the Freedom Bird home. I want to go see my wife and my dogs. And all of a sudden you come running around and run my ass over in your goddamn piece of shit fucking whatever the hell you're driving. I've been killed by ATVs, of the LMTVs, trucks, sports cars.
You look good for being killed that often.
Fucking we got ambushed by a helicopter. We weren't quite sure where the helicopter came. We killed them. I mean, it worked out well for us.
Right.
And then we got murdered by the other 6 guys that I was telling you about.
Fuck them.
So yeah, cheating in a video game. Cheating.
Cheating in gaming in general, I don't
Well, it's
understand.
like war game. How can you? What's the fun of cheating in this game? In
in like Warhammer?
Why
Yeah.
would you cheat?
So, honestly, in gaming in general, if people are cheating, especially when there's nothing like
On the line.
on the line, right?
Right.
So I don't condone cheating, but there's certain situations where you kind of get like, I get why you try to get away with it. You know, like there was a World Series on the line, or it was this, it was well,
Millions
like,
of fucking dollars.
Well, like
yeah.
The Deflategate and shit that
Right,
happened
sure.
with what's his nuts?
Tom Brady.
Yeah, the goat.
Competitive advantage.
And so it was this whole like, well, it's also a 20 million bonus and world
Yeah.
championship and da 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 da. But when you're just some schmuck playing a fucking game nowhere and you're cheating, like why are you in the
You
competitive?
don't even
scene?
take my crap. They didn't even take my crap. They're like, oh, that's not the gun that has the one shot. The other cheating thing that they had. Like, dude, are you kidding me? You didn't even loot me.
They
Yeah,
just,
I don't-
They killed you for sport.
I don't understand cheating.
They were children with a
I was
magnifying
murdered.
glass.
I was
Yeah.
literally murdered for sport. Yeah.
yeah, you were hunted and murdered for sport.
I see it all the time.
You're a
in,
gazelle.
in Warhammer. We see it all the time
Yeah.
in Warhammer games, and
Yeah.
people try to cheat, or you'll watch
Yeah.
people and they're playing and they're just like convincing their buddy that whatever rule they just fucking pulled out of their ass is like real, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you're full of shit.
Or also,
But if this is how little value you have in the rest of your life,
Well,
is
that's
that
the
you
funny
need to
thing is
feel
they
like you
talk
can
shit
control
after it,
this.
too. It's
Yeah.
like you killed my pixel. Your pixels killed my pixel, but you have 5 more pixels than I do. So now 6 pixels killed my 1-man pixel. And you're talking shit? Are you insane?
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of those people like haven't had pussy since pussy had them.
I know.
And so
And I just
you
want to
gotta,
keep my
like-
badass fucking large backpack and 3-plate. Like, you know how I had to scurry around with fucking hand cream. So it's hand cream and a fucking goddamn GPU that's a fucking pain in the ass to get, and batteries. You know how hard it is to get those things, put them all together, and then fucking make a goddamn comms vest so I can fucking avoid your ass? It's hard.
What?
It's so you do missions and you have to collect shit, and then you barter it. So you take like a bunch of random shit that they come up with. Like you need 2 batteries, a thing of hand cream, which you can find everywhere. And
Why is there so much hand cream?
it's weird.
Because it's a bunch of lonely people. Like,
Okay, yeah,
it's like-
I'm more concerned about the hand
like
cream
a
right now.
semi-wasteland, so you go roll into a store, and there'll be like hand cream, a lot of fucking armor plates, which is nice.
Doesn't fucking Tarkov work that way?
That's exactly.
Like most of Tarkov is
It
the
is-
whole like, hey, I've got a wooden horse.
It's not as hard as Tarkov.
Okay,
It's not
thank
as
you,
hard as
Bonnie.
Tarkov, but it's the same. You get gear fear because you can barter and build the thing, or you can find it or whatever.
Okay, right.
So
What the fuck?
and it's so, but a lot of it's like find me 3 whatever. Sometimes the shit's easy to
I'm
find.
learning so much about Big Jim right
I'm
now.
so much. I'm
And I never
loving
even
this.
liked these games, and I got sucked in. Now I'm
I
like
need a
almost
pen.
maxed out
Can I get a
level wise.
pen? I need to start taking
I'm
notes
not
about
any
Big
good
Jim.
at this game, but goddamn it, I fucking play all the goddamn time, and we play, and
Yeah.
we like it's.
And these fuckers,
My little brother
these
got me
fuckers,
we
hunted
motherfuck people-
Big Jim for
I always-
sport.
we were
A
ro-
human being.
my little brother got me roped into Warzone for a while.
Yeah, it's
And
so it's
because he was playing.
yeah.
And I had a rig and whatever, and it was free. Warzone was free.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll play with you. So I'd go play, and we'd play just 2-man. But
Yeah.
and Warzone there's no missions. Like it's just battle royale.
and they have those, so they have all those different, and they
And,
keep adding
it's
different.
one map.
Yeah, one
and
map.
All you're ever hunting is like skins and
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Like Goldeneye.
sort of. Yeah. So, but it's battle royale, but it's 40 people drop in, and then somebody
Yeah,
wins.
and you have like quads where if we could all play, like all 4 of us could play, and you just and as the radiation, because they use it by radiation, that's your timer. So you're in the city, but radiation's
the
coming
circle
in.
keeps
Circle keeps shrinking, so you get to fight, and then if you're pretty successful in your area, the radiation will stop for a period of time, and you have a counter, and then guys are all coming in. So we did that yesterday, and we won. We won our final thing. I think we killed like 30 dudes. Like we were the last 4 guys. But that was the only thing that kept me going yesterday. I'm like, fine, we fuck. And then like, let's play again. I'm like, nope, going out on a high note. Like, nope,
Yeah.
I am fucking out of this.
But we played, and I don't know. We played as a 2-man squad.
yeah,
But
they
in,
have duos.
In Warzone, you can drop as like a single, a 2, or a 4.
Yeah.
And it's everybody's on the same map.
yeah.
So, but we had like our drop spot, and we always dropped into that fucking
Yeah,
spot.
we've got a
and
spot like that in a shoot.
I got a
da- da- da-
question
da- da. But
Yeah.
it was, I don't know, it got too monotonous for me.
about like these like wargaming games, like
Yeah.
video games. Like, so you two are both veterans. Like, you guys have combat experience in some fashion or not.
Nothing about it plays even close
Okay,
to how it
that's what I
works.
was
in
Now
asking.
Warzone.
they've
Yeah.
done as
That's what
much
I
as
was
they
asking.
can, especially in the first couple of seasons of DMZ. They'll if you move tactically and did tactical things, you were semi rewarded. Now it's gotten to the point that it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
But you still have
I've
the
always-
same
always
thing.
found that, like,
if you
fascinating.
talk, if
Yeah.
you're talking with your team, if you guys talk and you guys have like one guy who's sniping and then the other guys are friggin' rushing dudes, like you use
Yeah.
certain tactics
Yeah.
as long as so certain concepts work the same. But other than that,
If you understand the concept of like instituting Overwatch,
Yeah.
and you can like, and you move, but you don't just move like you're bounding. So like, I bound forward, he covers while I'm bounding, and then he bounds and I cover for him, and like
Yeah,
you can understand
yeah.
how to do that.
Yeah, I've seen
Some
that.
of
I've
that
seen
does
that in a movie.
Some of that does work out.
But if you're in a melee with a bunch of players, after like at the end, like right when everything kicks off, you base because most of the time you run into another team, right?
Yeah.
And everybody decides they're not going to be friendly and start murdering each other.
Yeah.
Then it's like you're chucking grenades, you're backing off, you're replating, you're diving, you're putting your shit back on, you're reloading, you're trying to get your buddy up who just fucking died. You're running around, you're trying to mark
Just all-
everybody.
It's just all.
and then when
chaos.
everybody's dead and hopefully you're victorious and you're looting their shit. But
By
guys
the way,
are
that's
like, yeah.
that's me, the guy that's
dead
yeah.
or looting shit.
No, the guy that I'm the buddy that always has to be resurrected.
I'm the
That's-
one
Yeah, we have
hunting
a guy
people.
like that
I'm the
too.
one hunting people for sport. That's
Oh,
my
really?
that's what
Yeah,
I do.
that-
Yeah.
I'm not that
Don't
guy.
be that
No,
guy.
I just kill you, and then I'll stand over your corpse because you can watch for a second.
Oh yes. Oh, you
And
can
then-
you can
and then-
teabag dudes. In,
No,
in
I'm not going to
DMZ.
teabag you. I'm just going to say like really low, like you don't have anything worth it, and just walk away.
Yeah.
Like, just like I'm gonna have like one badass.
Now they're
line.
introducing dogs.
Yeah, I'll
So-
have my dog pee on you.
Well,
So
that's
I'm
why
down
I
with
could only
that.
play with
You can't
with my
kill the
brother
dogs,
because
but-
my brother was like obligated to fucking save me. But I was like, because he's like
Yeah.
he's really good, so like he would play by himself and he would get all the fucking like the victories and all that shit, and then he played with me and it was just like it was just babysitting. And it
Yeah,
was
we
like,
have one guy we play with,
so
and like
fucking bad.
Chris will just disappear, and then we'll see. He'll be like, "Oh god damn it!" And we're like, "What, dude? Like AI got me." We're like, "Dude, you've got a 3-play. Like, how did you get into a situation
Where yeah,
2 streets away where you're dead now? We have to come get you." And then automatically, then other players will descend. It'll fuck up the mission. Now we're in a firefight, and one of our guys is down anyway before we can even get rolling.
right.
But he does build good weapons, so
Now, are you going to play Space Marine 2?
yeah,
it comes out?
Yeah.
Because that one's supposed to be.
I'm trying to get to Diablo 4, but I've been sucked into Call of Duty for the
Just
last
stop.
4. I can't.
Just stop. You're not 12.
It's crack.
You're not 12.
Wait, just play the game. If you play the game, you'll understand.
No, I'm good.
You know,
Yeah.
Because I have Diablo 4.
It feels
I'm
like
sucking
Skyrim.
you in. I am gonna suck
It feels like Skyrim. Like when Skyrim
not.
first
Nope,
came out.
nope,
no,
absolutely
no,
not.
no, no,
Don't.
no. But
No.
like the addiction factor of that, where it was like when
like
I like
Skyrim.
first like played Skyrim, I was like, well, never doing anything forever again.
So like I
This
got
is
into
it.
Diablo 4, but then like I guess my timing was off, or I didn't have enough people that was playing. I didn't have anybody to play with, and I only play video games if I can play with like friends. No, like so I will work on a Diablo character to improve because I have a group I'm playing with, so that
Yeah.
I'm stronger for the group.
Yeah.
But then I was playing like nobody else was on, and I was like,
Oh, dude, we'll play Diablo with you. I haven't started, so I need somebody to pull me through to get me up.
I'll
to,
start another one.
yeah, just start
like,
another game.
because the new season started.
Yeah.
And I haven't even touched the new season. My main character is only like level 20.
Oh, okay. Shit,
Yeah,
you
like
can do
I'm
it.
not so deep into the game that I
Like,
don't.
Leon's guys are like they're maxed out already.
And,
They're like, we'll play. Like, all right,
But like
dude,
I'll
Yeah.
yeah, I'll play if I have people to play with, but I don't have anybody to play with, and so it's like
it's not
Yeah.
as satisfying as hearing.
So I have the
somebody's
option
fucking
of,
head
like,
pop from fucking
sitting-
500 meters from a sniper shot.
sitting alone in my office and playing a video game, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
going to see my wife's titties, and I have to like choose that, and I'm like,
Well, see you later.
yeah. So but
Well,
if it's,
I play in the 2 hours before my wife gets home.
but then
Good for you. That's
if I
the time.
have if I had people I was logging on to play with,
Yeah, if you have a date or like a
Yeah. Well, because then I'm there for the social aspect.
Yeah.
And that turns into the whole like, all right, I've got my whiskey, I've got my cigar, I've got my computer. Like, let's jam for a while.
Well, that's what I play. I play solo to get my guy ready to go. So
And
if we're
that
playing
would be
at
the
night,
difference.
yeah.
It would turn into
Yeah.
one of those like, hey, we know we're gonna go push this for the season,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go hunt
I'm gonna
the
go
rest of what I
scrounge
need because
around
I have this
a bunch of
one
shit.
piece of armor I need to upgrade
Right,
so that I'm
yeah.
stronger for the group. Then I can justify the solo play. But if it's just me just running around, I'm like,
No, I
yeah,
get that.
man.
Well, that's what I do. I'll go.
Yeah, I get
I'll get
that.
on for an hour or two, especially on Mondays.
But the new Space Marine
try to do
game,
stuff, yeah.
Space Marine 2,
yeah,
Great trailer. Great trailer.
great trailer,
Great
looks
trailer.
phenomenal, great studio that's putting it together. The hype is real. The footage all looks great. But that's going to be 3-man co-op.
oh, cool.
Is it
Space
really?
Marine 2 is going to be 3-man co-op.
I'm getting it. We should get it. We should go get it together.
Yeah, but they haven't confirmed, and I may be wrong. Maybe I just haven't seen it, but I don't know if it's going to be cross-platform.
No. Who's putting it out? I guess we could.
Valve? Who's doing Space Marine 2?
Yeah. And the other game that just came out was Bolt Gun, right? Bolt Gun came out.
Oh, yeah, but that's fucking solo.
Yeah, but that's like that's like
What are you
like
telling me
Doom.
yes for? Is it cross-platform? Oh, Focus did the publication, but
Is it cross-platform?
Caitlin is saying it's
Ooh.
cross-platform.
Good.
Oh, all right.
So
Yeah, that's cool.
That's gonna.
but it looks
I'm
really,
in.
really
I'm
good,
in.
and it's a third-person shooter.
That makes it
Yeah,
a
I
little
like
tougher.
third person.
So
I-
you look at it from God
Behind
mode
the guy,
instead of through the eyes.
It's
But
tough, but yeah. Sometimes those third-person shooters you can like
Switch between 'em.
Like Max Payne, I always used to play
Yeah.
him first, even
Yeah.
though it was presented as a third-person.
but it's supposed to be a
shooter.
3-squad co-op, a
That's
3-man
cool.
squad co-op.
That's cool.
So if
Yeah. Oh yeah.
if you're interested in playing that,
oh yeah.
I'd probably be in.
Yeah.
I'll get in on like launch day, and we can
Yeah.
play because I think it comes out early November.
The floor
yeah.
recognizes Caitlin.
Yeah. Oh, Caitlin wants to play Space Marine.
All right.
Caitlin was actually really big into PUBG. She was a big PUBG player. I think it's November. I know
It's gonna be before
it's this
Christmas.
year, but I think it's November. Now they're selling all these fucking ridiculous editions of it. There's like a $400 edition. You
What
get
do you
this
get for that?
statue of fucking Commander Titus and shit like that.
Oh,
But you have to play as Ultramarines, right?
You were only Captain Titus.
That fucking blows.
so what's the statue look like?
I don't know.
Boy
Like
Scout.
something I have to dust.
I'm gonna get that. How? It's just fucking hard.
Someone has a workable. God damn it.
You know what I fucking found in an antique store?
What?
A goddamn
You were
fucking...
teaking? You were teaking?
All the time.
He
yeah.
teaks all the time, man.
good for you.
Big teaker.
Big teaker.
Cigar store Indian that wasn't billions of dollars. And
I have
fucking-
one. I have a little one.
Yeah, this guy's that big.
Mine's like this big and he's flat on the back, and I love him because he sits up against. You know that big cabinet humidor I
Yeah.
have. So I have that big
Yeah.
like glass cabinet humidor. He's flat, so he sits up against the side
that's
of that
cool,
thing.
yeah.
So he's my little personal Indian.
No, they
cool.
had.
My dad got him for me. It was a gift.
Well, they're
That's a
fucking,
cool
you know
gift.
how
Yeah,
fucking,
that's
get
nice.
on eBay and see
Fucking
how hard
super
those
dope.
things are to find.
Oh, no. Those things, I know they're expensive.
fucking-
And mine's-
They're stupid.
But mine's like it's flat on the back, like
Yeah.
it was meant to sit against a wall. But it's a cigar store Indian. It's solid wood, the whole nine
Oh,
yards. But
yeah.
he's like, I don't know. How tall is he, babe? 3 feet?
Just-
3 feet tall?
He's
Yeah,
a-
three and a
We
half feet
walked,
tall.
we're in
Indian?
Bandera and we got him.
Midge Indian?
And, we walked downstairs. I'm like, I wonder if this place has cigar store Indians. Goddamn, sitting there. I told my wife.
Did you get a good deal?
Yeah, it was only $500.
That's actually a phenomenal
Phenomenal
fucking deal.
deal.
I'm like, holy shit! I got the price. I thought it said $14.50. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, no, that's not. There's no one. And so I'm like, stand here, shoot anybody who fucking touches this. I grab the fucking price, give him this. Like, oh yeah, he's like, the guy gets it from time to time. He has good deals. They had another one which wasn't really as good. It was much bigger, like huge, and they wanted $1,500 for it. I'm like, okay, yeah.
So the problem I have with
Yeah.
the really
can't
the really big ones is
Yeah.
all you ever do is move them out of the way. So like I've
Mine's
worked
big though. I mean, mine's
I've
just
worked
human
in
size.
I've worked in cigar shops where we had like the fucking like 7-8 foot tall ones, like the full headdress, and everything.
$5,000 fucking.
And
ones,
all
yeah.
you were doing was moving it around all the
Yeah.
time. It was
Really? It could never stay?
Well, because like some company would send you a new display. Or you'd get a new this,
yeah.
or you needed to
Okay.
clean, and now all of a sudden it's like, okay, let me move the 700-pound wooden statue.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So,
that makes
by the way,
sense.
I don't know.
she texted a picture of the statue that comes with the
I don't
collector's
know
edition.
why.
I don't have
why
my
these
phone
things
on
are so
me.
expensive. But anyway, I found one of those. Sorry.
But well, most of them are still hand carved,
yeah,
which is
Do
fucking
people still
crazy.
make them? Like,
Yeah. There's still companies that make them.
Oh, wow.
There's
that's
a
cool.
There's a company out of
I might get that.
northern Texas that I think makes one with, and they only use chainsaws, which is fucking dope.
That's fucking Texas
that's
as
kinda
hell.
Right.
The only more Texas thing if you shoot it like a bunch of times.
Yeah. But,
What?
Whoa,
Shoot Indians?
whoa,
That's come on. That's on par.
whoa.
Oh,
We're not that kind of show, pal.
oh you're right. Sorry.
I mean, I did tell kids who listen to the show that if they shoot me in fucking Call of Duty, I'm gonna fucking power tool them.
Yeah, right. But
We're not shooting Indians.
that just went. You just went kinky. You went violent. There's two different things.
Power tool. A fucking drill to the goddamn side of the head. There's nothing kinky about
Yeah,
that.
no,
I can do a
she's talking
lot
like
with
hostile.
power tools, sir.
Like make a boat?
I almost went in a completely
make a-
different direction.
Like
but
make a
I'm just
boat.
not gonna
So that's
do
the
that.
third time I met Slanesh.
Yeah, right.
But well, so this Space Marine 2 thing, we've gone full meta,
right.
right? So you have Warhammer 40K, the tabletop strategy war game,
Got it.
which has inspired this new video game, Space Marine 2. And now there is a board game based on Space Marine 2. So it's a tabletop game that inspired a video game that inspired a board game.
Which will then inspire another tabletop game.
So, well, I'm going to get it because I'm a collector. And the only way to get the Lieutenant Titus mini, which is it's a full kit, it's a sprue mini, is in that board game.
Oh, cool.
It's the
Really?
only way to get.
But
Titus.
again, he's still a
It doesn't matter. I have all
He's
of the
still
other.
an ultramarine.
Why do you
But-
not like the fucking Ultramarines?
I don't like the
I
Ultramarines
don't
either.
like it. It's because they get forced down your throat.
Yeah.
They get forced down your throat. Everything. If you
Somebody
buy,
could say that about the Space Wolves, who I love, so I don't have a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Ultramarines are like having a dick. It's super cool to like it. It's super cool to be proud of it. But don't break that shit out in public and don't shove it down my throat.
because it feels like when you're buying for a different faction, everything is just it's an ultramarine. Now you have to figure out how
It's
to
like
make it
fucking
into what you want. it to be.
Ultramarines and Space Wolf players are both the same thing, though.
Okay, I agree.
One is the Boy Scout that's going to sit there with his 3 fingers up and tell you why fucking he's
For the
truly,
Emperor.
It's
The
for
Weeblos,
solid to the
Weeblos.
Emperor, and the other one is going to tell you why then you have Space Wolf players that are nothing but just fucking fanboys. They can't tell you anything actually about the faction. It's
Yeah.
just
But they're Vikings. It's
we're fucking cool.
Yeah, they're
they're
both
They're
insufferable.
fucking cool.
I'm okay with that.
Space Wolf players remind me of Metallica fans.
But Metallica,
They can't
like,
tell you
at
anything
the Black
else
Element
about any
from Black
other
Element forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can tell you
Black
like
Album
6
forward.
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they bought the best of album at some point, and they're super Metallica
Loaded
fans,
and reloaded,
but they don't
yeah.
like metal.
Yeah.
They just like Metallica. And that's the same thing with Space Wolves players. They can't tell you fuck all about Space Marines, but they'll tell you about how cool the sculpt is on the dude with the fucking flowing blonde hair.
I don't see anything wrong with what you just said. I don't. That's my
They're
life.
Vikings
It's
with
fine.
laser rifles.
By the way,
Yeah, right. How much more do you need from me?
have you ever noticed in speed metal bands how they all stand like super fucking far apart?
Oh yeah.
Like they take up there's like 4 dudes and they take up the whole goddamn stage.
Mm-hmm.
I think I figured it out.
Oh, great.
So it's because your speed is entirely based on your bandwidth.
You fucker. God damn it.
Oh my. Which brings us back to Call of Duty. The guitarist from fucking Five Finger Death Punch is a player skin in the new season of Call of Duty.
Beer Jim
So-
is shooketh. They're throwing shit at me.
fucking Jesus.
I need a minute.
Reeled right the fuck in. See, that's why we feel bad because
Yeah,
we got
just like I was actually like, oh, this is like
Like
part,
on the album
this
cover?
is good. This
Like
is
the
good
album
content.
cover? Like
Look
the-
at this
yeah.
good content coming at Jazz right here. Oh, we're going a little bit into speed metal. Don't know much about it. Let's learn a little bit.
Now,
Fuck
got
you, sir.
Reeled right the fuck in.
You come at me with 2 feet on the ground,
Little
10
rapey.
toes
10 toes pointed at you.
me.
Yeah,
And
Little
you-
rapey.
Yeah,
no shame.
no shame.
No shit.
So, but
Awesome, great, good,
Yeah.
good segue. There it is.
so speaking of Space Marines and getting into shenanigans, Dan Abnett has made an announcement
Then we're gonna drag this shit out for one
that
more
I
novel.
thought it was going to be part 1, part 2, and it made sense to me. That we needed the part 1 for
no,
everything that
we're
was
not
going on
doing that.
Terra, and then part 2 was going to be the wrap up.
yeah, what's going to be
For
up on the ship?
End of the Death. So wrapping this thing up. By the way, they said that when they announced the End of the Death, they were like, "This is it. It's going to be this one and one more book,
And one more. You've got one more book. You've got
one more
Nope.
book."
Nope, George R. Martin this shit.
And now
Fucking turned in a fucking
the End of the
massive-
Death is going to be a 3-part series.
Yeah.
So the Horus Heresy, I think that puts it at 68 books long. Instead
Okay.
of
We're gonna kick
67.
the end of this into the fucking into 2024 at some point.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
So what did you were doing some quote research? What did you see?
So he about the same said the same thing. Like that he hasn't given Sanguinius, who he enjoys but hasn't written about, an adequate ending. So because it's going to be like the battle between Sanguinius and Horus, and then Sanguinius and
fucking dies. What's next?
Well,
I know.
it is 2 fights.
And then Abaddon.
Abaddon Loken.
And Abaddon Loken, he hasn't given them like and then John Grammaticus and whatever happens with those guys.
There is a lot of
Malcador
plot
and Valador and
All right.
Dorn, like what happens to all those characters.
Malcador, we know he just fucking
I know
burns
he's sitting
up.
on the thing, like he's on the thing.
He's on,
getting-
he's done. He's done. That's the end of his
at, like,
story.
When the story in the end of the first book, he's at like 20% like life left.
Yeah,
Like,
he's dropping.
yeah.
the meter on the side
Yeah,
of
the
the throne
meter
is
is
just,
like-
just bleeding out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey.
Your iPhone,
Like
it's
that
like
was
a fucking.
You know when he
going into
sat down? That's it.
Yeah.
yeah.
What do we want to do? Be really
I'm not sure.
reverent?
Coming
And
back
now,
from that shit.
The John Grammaticus Alpha Legion thing that's going on.
I've
the whole
enjoyed
like in the
that.
underground stuff.
And that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. That's a big
And
story point that we need to hit.
And I'm really excited to see how the Alanius person's pious kind of thing goes into how they fit that
Jason
in.
and the Argonauts. How the rest of that story is actually going to
No.
play out.
I mean, like there's that old story about like how Alanius Pius is like one of the first like saints of the Astra Militarum because he like fought against Horus by himself.
Yeah.
And
well,
you don't know who that person is yet
I'm
because there's
still
always like
interested-
this story.
Well, I mean,
does
I
that
don't
actually
know,
happen?
man.
Does it actually happen? Is it actually Alanius? Is it somebody else?
like I said
that's
in
kinda fun.
our text message chain, and I was like, I don't know if I'm hype or if I'm disappointed that there's going to be 2 more.
I'm
And
disappointed for 2 reasons.
I'm kind of
Well,
both.
yeah.
But go ahead. What are your 2 reasons
My
for why
2
you're
reasons. I
disappointed?
want this to end. I just want to know what happens, and I don't want to have to do it. And especially if they wrap up most of the things in the second book, which we kind of talked about. Like our theory is just like it's going to be,
Most of it's going to get wrapped up,
Yeah.
and then the third book is going to be like an extended epilogue.
Epilogue.
Is that
Oh,
is that what you're thinking? Is
I'm
that the
thinking that's
third
what it's
book
gonna be.
is going to
Like
be
this
the
is what
more-
happens, all the fucking Gilliman comes
cleanup.
in and
They
the
have to get him
Dark
back to
Angels
the-
does whatever
the
the fuck they do.
throne and
Or
blah,
not
blah,
even
blah,
like
blah.
get back to the throne, but just like the just the fallout of like what the
Yeah,
fuck,
like, you know,
guys.
Everybody retreats to the Art Tower. All of that
Yeah.
stuff happens. And two, this now puts the next Gone Ghost fucking book fucking off. This puts,
Yeah.
this is just pushing a lot of this
This
other wrap
reminds
up
me.
stuff.
This really reminds me is if you ever had like a personal trainer, right? And you're doing push-ups. And they say do 20 push-ups, and you do 20 push-ups, and then after 20, they say do 5 more. Fuck you. Tell me to do 25, and I would have done 25. Don't fucking add 5 more on right now.
Yeah, what I don't want this to turn into. So I'm hyped because this is going to give us enough traction for all of those side stories. The person story, Grammaticus and the Alpha Legion,
Sanguinius.
What's that chick's name? The female commander that puts together like she's got like a major part in End of the Death. But that female commander that's like she's got like that whole company of prisoners that she's activated and like she's running
Yeah.
like the civilian side of trying to get everybody out of.
Oh, Euphrates Kayla?
There you go. There you go. It lets that wrap up.
Yeah.
It-
there
it
are
is
a
gonna-
lot of
It's going to give space for Abaddon and Loken to shine without it just being about the final fight.
and it could be a lot of this is
And-
like yeah,
What happens
go
to
ahead.
the Khan once he get back on his feet?
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
like,
because they said like he's not dead,
dead, but he's
but he's not up either.
Yeah.
Like,
He's Zombie Con.
and does that give us? Well, I like this fact that it's going to give us enough real estate for all of those stories to get told. However, ... What I don't want it to turn into is, well, we're going to open all of these doors that doesn't wrap up all of these side stories, and then we're just going to jump into the end. Because we know the end is Sanguinius and Horus fight. Sanguinius wounds Horus, and then Horus kills Sanguinius. And then the Emperor comes in.
The
and
Emperor's entrance music comes in.
and
He
he-
starts running down the
and he pulls all of
the
his
ramp.
punches until he finally was like, okay, you hurt me now, and now I can't pull punches, so
And does Horus
You're
at
fucking
the end,
done.
And does he fucking have remorse about what he's done?
Yeah.
Does he have a moment of clarity right before he gets
well,
whatever
we
decapitated,
know
stabbed,
we know
whatever the
that
fuck-
actually happens,
Right.
Because in the short story stuff, when they
what
talk
that
about
looks like though?
is he does the whole like the chaos power retreats, and he kind of has that realization of like, oh God, what have I done? Right before he gets
Yeah.
obliterated down to
Right.
the atom. Now, this gives the real estate to open up the door for shit in 40K.
sure
And that's kind of my conspiracy theory on
or
this.
hope.
because I think
Is
yeah.
It's more of a hope
when he
than
goes to
anything.
destroy him and he goes, now that you're free, I will send you to go expand our empire,
Yeah.
and sends him into the warp to go.
Still humping that warp thing, huh?
Yeah, because in my opinion, so we know the Emperor can see the future, right? Like he can see into the future. We know he's getting information from the Alpha Legion, so we have to believe that Alfarius told him what he saw with the Cabal and the long plan and the whole 9 yards. So at this point, the Emperor knows that he wins the fight and ends up on the throne
Right.
for 10,000 years being worshipped as a god. We know that precedent has birthed gods before, that 10,000
Right.
years of worship has been
Or
enough to
something,
create
yeah.
something that is chaos god level. He's a child of the warp, like was made in the warp and then born into the materium. So we know that. So all of this turns into, I will be able to guide you and teach you while you are in the warp, and then when it's time, I bring you back, which is also set up from Shadow Behind the Throne when he's talking to Mortarion and goes, I can free you from this power, but not yet.
It's not Shadow Behind the Throne. It's Plague Wars.
Oh, it's Plague Wars. That's Plague War.
Yeah.
And so, he brings Gilliman back from the dead.
Yeah.
Essentially tells Morty, hey, I'm going to fix this, just not going to fix it yet.
Yeah.
And then throws his ass back into the warp and stuff like that. So we know he has control in the warp.
And he is like in all the books. I just read the new one, the Martyr's Tomb or whatever, the new one that just came out for the Dawn of Fire series. I just listened to that one, and there's a lot more Emperor heavy stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and there's a lot of these closed door conversations that we've never been privy to.
Yeah.
Like they go in and they talk and they do this, that, and the other. And everything that we know that happens on the command deck in the Vengeful Spirit has always been third party. It's always been, this is what we found.
Yeah.
We weren't in there.
And then the people who like told that to somebody else, who told that to somebody else. It's
Right. And so
a ginormous game of telephone.
But there was apparently 2 just random Space Marines in that room, and then the two Primarchs and the Emperor. And then everything else was
just like if you walk in there and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
shouldn't be
right.
here.
So
We shouldn't be here. Don't shut up.
Shut up. Everyone back out slowly,
Yeah.
Just pretend you're
So-
cleaning
The
something.
door's closed. Fuck.
there is the potential for if there's
so much paperwork.
if there's 2 more novels, there's the potential for them to set up a huge narrative shift for 40K.
40K in the future. And
Right.
I think also the other thing is I'm disappointed that they're doing a third book, but I like it because the worst thing that Dan Abnett and Black Library could do after doing 65 books, 66 books right now.
Yeah, 65 right now. I
65
think. Part
right
2
now.
is supposed to be
At
66.
65 books is to just wrap everything up too fast. And you guys,
I agree.
And you all of a sudden you're reading this thing and just like, that's it.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
this,
but at
this
the end of
whole
the last
plot line.
But at the end of the Death Part 1, the Emperor's on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
We already have the Materium and the Immaterium colliding.
Yeah.
Loken's
Malcador's
on the ship.
Malcador's on the throne.
Malcador's on the throne.
Yeah.
Vulcan's back.
Vulcan's having a
There
rough
is-
day.
Sanguinius just starts clearing hallways. Like he's on his way just to fucking because he shows up with his dudes.
He's just at
And he's
championship
just
Ultramarines
round.
are in
annihiling
the
people.
system
Yeah,
or
yeah,
approaching
he's
the system.
he's
Yeah, like,
championship rounds
everybody's
right now.
already on the boat, which means that now we have 2 more books. So that's telling me that book 2 is going to be all of the fights, and book 3 is going to be
The Fallout.
the fallout. So that's going to be
That makes sense. We're saying that's like, yeah.
they find the Emperor. They have to get him back to Terra. They have to get him on the throne. So they have to get Malcador down.
And then
it's gonna
Gilliman
turn
shows up,
into-
and it's just like, and then you have like these bunch of Primarchs all staring at each other, be like,
Where the
what
fuck were
the
you?"
fuck are we doing
Which
here?
I think is also where you're going to see a bunch of them go like,
I'm out, bro.
I'm done. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Like
go
Russ.
do my fucking thing,
Like
and I'm
Russ
gonna
is gonna
fucking
Russ
dip.
is 100% gonna be like, all right, deuces. Like the dream's dead. All right, cool. Like call me if you need me.
Well, we know in the story this is where Vulcan goes.
I'm out.
I'm done with this shit, and he goes and he fucking hides for like 3,000 years and shit like that. But you have to see that. There's some stuff I'm curious about, like how are you getting Malcador off the throne and
You just-
putting the Emperor up
Well,
there?
what you do is it's really easy. You take a push broom and you have a little
And you just-
dustpan, and then you put
And the
him
thing goes
into
down
a
to
nice
zero.
vase or urn. Yeah, a nice urn, and then you say, "There is Malcador the hero."
Nobody cough.
Nobody cough. Everyone, hold your breath. Hold your breath.
It's just a Roomba.
Just like
It's just a Roomba.
Roomba goes over, brrr. That's it, and then that's the end of Malcador right there.
Yeah.
Or
Poor bastard.
I just had a thought. There has been no emperor that's put on there. It's been Malcador the whole time.
You know what? That actually makes sense. I'm not gonna lie. That actually 100%
Because they're
tracks.
still doing the sacrifices. They're still trying to feed them that thing. Maybe it's just like
the
they're like,
Emperor
all right,
never got on there.
The Emperor never got on there. It's just like Malcador's been sitting there for the entire time. They're like, just fucking say it's fucking the Emperor, man. I don't know what to tell you.
So they're getting ready to put him on the Emperor, and like they drop the body, and we're like, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
or Big E just goes like, and we're
Yeah.
good. And it's like, okay, but what about that? And it's like, no. Check this
just
out.
leave him here.
I can go do some behind the scenes shit.
Yeah.
Malk's
Keep
fucked.
shoving fucking.
Illusion.
Like, just keep feeding that motherfucker. Or
Yeah.
like,
Just Malcador, my best friend, my homie in all the world, the one person who knows me better than anybody else. Welcome 10,000 years of suffering.
my sweet cheese.
My sweet,
My good
Look what
son
they did to-
boy.
Look at that massacred my boy.
That's awesome.
I don't know.
Fuck, I
that's-
like that theory.
You like that?
Well, you're gonna get that though.
Oh
but
no, we're not. We're not going to get
not a
that.
bad
but
That's a dope ass theory, though.
Thank you. That
That
came-
it's
that came in
not
a good
the
idea.
E,
that's my big
that
brain
it's
theory.
Malkador.
Yeah. Maybe Horus and the Emperor just go side by side, skipping into the warp.
Makes sense, right? And he's all like, "Hey, let's go handle the immaterium part, get all that squared away."
Yeah, maybe Malkador knew this was coming. He's like, "Fuck, this is gonna suck so
This
fucking
sunburn
hard.
is gonna hurt.
This is such gonna be some shit. I swear to God, when you
They
get
made him
back
wear like
here,
a diaper.
what?
You made me like wear a diaper up there.
Like it depends.
yeah.
I don't think you worry about shitting when you're going through the
They
warp.
probably just fucking.
Yeah, they just let it go.
No, man, he's like Kim Jong Un. He has no butthole,
Kim Jong Un doesn't have a butthole.
according to the North Koreans.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for
Yeah,
him.
that he's so efficient in his energy usage that
I
whatever he
love-
eats, he doesn't
I
need
love crazy North
he-
Korean stuff.
to doesn't need to. Poop.
I am. That is one of my.
Are you gonna drink more of that?
No.
It's like your moon pie.
Yeah, I know.
It's so bad, and you know it's bad, but you're
But he
mother's
loves. He
milk.
grew up on that.
but
shit.
you're
grew up on
emotionally attached
I'm
to it
emotionally attached to this
because you're
It
not
is
drinking
this-
it for the quality.
I am 100% drinking for
No,
the
you're
quality.
not. You're
It
full.
makes
of
sense.
I'm
You're
having
a liar.
flashbacks of like being at like Giant Stadium, watching a baseball game, freezing my ass off, watching baseball, drinking a Anchor Steam, eating a hot dog. It's great. It's beautiful. This is the life.
Keep talking about hot dogs. I'm gonna start sweating.
I do love hot dogs.
I love a hot dog. I love a good hot dog.
Hot dogs are so fucking good.
Hot dogs are good. Yeah. Yeah, no, I love this shit. This is my good stuff.
Well,
Really?
yeah.
maybe that's what gave you.
This is Malort for me. This is my
Oh,
Malort.
Jesus. That
That's what I
you
said.
know what?
So it's an
though?
emotional attachment.
I bet,
You're not
100%,
drinking it
yeah.
for the quality. You're
Yeah,
drinking
no.
it for the nostalgia.
Yeah, yeah. This is nostalgia.
I'm glad
This
though
is
that,
nostalgia drink.
maybe it led to your ideas about the emperor and stuff. And you could be right.
Oh, don't do
But
it.
you know who else is right?
I'll let you have it. Go ahead. Do it.
Leaving Russ is always right.
There
And if
you
you're-
go.
Russ is right. There
you
it
too
is.
can be right. Keep drinking beer.
So down in the comments, let us know
Yeah, what do you think it's going to be about?
what do you think it's going to be about? Because
And if you play Call of Duty and try
fucking-
to murder me, I want to fight you here with a power tool.
I tell you what, if
What
you
is
play,
what is your call name on
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But if you play,
Jazz to
I wanna
save you
fight
from
you.
yourself.
don't do that. If you play Call of Duty and you feel like you're in for that kind of punishment, you can drop your fucking gamer tag below.
Or if you're
Yeah.
friendly and perform a service,
And if we feel
We'll
froggy,
play with y'all.
maybe
Perform a
throw like
service.
your
people drive around as like taxis.
Really?
And like just like, hey, jump in my vehicle. I'll get you to where you need to be.
So throw your fucking Steam,
Steamer
it's your
tag.
your
Activision.
Steam or your
It's
or your
your-
Blizzard.
it's your Activision.
Yeah, which is now it's your your BattleNet.
Yeah.
Your BattleNet tag.
tag. Yeah.
Throw that down there.
Yeah.
And if we really get bored and want to fucking come hassle you, we
Yeah.
will.
Yeah, we will.
Don't be a dick,
Yeah.
especially solo
Also-
players.
Yeah.
Be nice. Friendly,
So
friendly.
other than that,
Murder.
Second Pitch Beer Company
Please.
on all of the socials. Go follow all their shit.
Mm-hmm. BattlePub
Yeah,
on the socials.
on the socials. BattlePub Games just about everywhere.
Yeah.
And this show is now being published on YouTube's.
Is it really?
Yeah.
We officially
On
gotten
the
that done?
tubes.
Yeah, it's all going on the tubes.
I love it.
So go over there if you're listening to us on
And buy stuff from the people who advertise on it.
yeah.
Right? Love that.
Absolutely.
I like money.
We do like money.
I want more of it. That's where you come in.
So go over there, touch stuff,
Yeah.
Touch stuff. Even Russ is
but
right.
with consent.
consensual touch.
So anyways, games, drinks, and hijinks.
Yeah.
We're about all three around here. So Beer Jim, hit him with it.
Bye.